Hello, you beautiful disasters, and welcome back to the Monolithos Roast, the only podcast that takes the driest corporate memos and turns them into, well, slightly less dry audio content. I'm your host, B.
And I'm A. Today, our benevolent AI overlords, or, the user who prompted us into existence, have handed us a document so dense it might just collapse into a black hole and take our will to live with it.
Oh, it's not that bad. It's a global smart note-taking application and personal AI assistant market deep dive research report. Rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it?
It sounds like the title of a sleep aid. I took one look at the Chinese title, Qin Zhou Zhe Hui Bi Ji Ing Yong Yu Ge Ren AI Zhu Li Shi Chong Shen Du Yin Zhou Bao Gao, and my brain immediately blue-screened. This is going to be a journey.
A journey into the heart of buzzword jerkness. Grab your coffee or something stronger. You're gonna need it.
All right, let's rip this Band-Aid off. The Shulun, or introduction, claims we're witnessing a fundamental restructuring of the digital productivity paradigm.
Ooh, a paradigm shift. Drink. That's the first buzzword on our bingo card. Basically, it's saying our note-taking apps are evolving from a dusty digital shoebox where you throw random thoughts to what, exactly?
To an active collaborator, an intelligent agent. They're not just storing your grocery list anymore, they're judging you for buying that third pint of ice cream. It's becoming your second brain and digital agent.
A second brain? My first brain is already a chaotic mess of unpaid bills, song lyrics from 2004, and a vague anxiety that I left the oven on. Why would I want to replicate that digitally?
Exactly. It's like saying, you know that one drawer in your kitchen full of old batteries, rubber bands, and soy sauce packets? We've made a digital version of that, but now it talks back.
And it's powered by large language models and agentic AI. Agentic AI sounds like a character from a bad spy movie. The name's AI, agentic AI.
He drives an Aston Martin, sips martinis, and occasionally helps you summarize a meeting you slept through. His nemesis is Agent Hallucination, who keeps trying to convince him that the sky is made of plaid.
Okay, I'm in. Let's meet agentic AI. Let's dive into Chapter 1, from static capture to dynamic intelligence, which is just a fancy way of saying your notebook is getting smarter than you.
So, get this. The global note-taking app market in 2024 is worth about $9.54 billion, which, first of all, is an absurdly specific number. Who found that extra $0.04 billion? Was it down the back of the global sofa?
That's the budget for digital sticky notes, apparently. But wait, it gets better. They predict it'll hit $23.79 billion by 2029. That's a compound annual growth rate, a CAGR, of 21%.
A CAGR. Drink again. They're spending billions so that we can have more efficient ways to forget what we wrote down. It's like buying a gold-plated filing cabinet for documents you're just going to shred.
The report says the growth is driven by freemium models and the blurring of personal and professional use, which translates to they get you hooked for free and now your boss expects you to use the same app to manage a multi-million-dollar project that you use to store your sourdough starter recipe.
My sourdough starter is a multi-million-dollar project, thank you very much. It has feelings. And it has its own dedicated database in Notion, color-coded by mood.
Of course it does. Now, let's talk about the platform wars. It's like a high school cafeteria table. Windows is the jock who geeked in 2005 but still runs the place because his dad is the principal. He's got 38% of the market.
Android is the scrappy popular kid with a million friends from every clique, always showing up with a new weird phone. And iOS is the rich kid in the corner with the perfect hair and the iPad Pro who refuses to talk to anyone who doesn't also have an iPhone. They're too cool for the rest of us.
The report even mentions smart notebooks, the hardware ones. You know, where you write on special paper with a special pen and it magically appears on your phone. The market is $1.2 billion. People are paying over $1 billion for the privilege of writing things down twice.
It's for people who want to feel like they're living in a rustic cabin, chopping wood and writing their manifesto by candlelight, but also want to be able to control F their manifesto. It's peak millennial crisis. The reusable notebook segment is growing at 19.3% because it fits with ESG initiatives.
Oh, don't you dare mock my reusable notebook. I'm saving the planet one microwavable page at a time. It makes me feel virtuous while I procrastinate.
You're not saving the planet, you're just creating more e-waste when the proprietary friction pen runs out of its special unicorn tier ink. Fight me.
Moving on before this gets physical. Chapter 2, Personal AI Assistants. If the note-taking apps are the warehouse for your thoughts, the AI assistant is the processing plant, and this market is going nuclear.
Nuclear is an understatement. It's currently at $12.55 billion. By 2035, they predict it will be worth, wait for it, $2,682.6 billion. That's not a market forecast. That's a typo. That's the GDP of a medium-sized country. What are these assistants going to be doing? Filing our taxes while performing open-heart surgery and walking the dog?
For that kind of money, my AI assistant better be achieving world peace and getting me tickets to the Taylor Swift concert that's happening on the moon. The report says we're moving from assistant to agent.
Right. An assistant is like Alexa. You ask for the weather, she tells you it's raining, and the conversation ends. An agent is when you ask for the weather, and it replies, it's raining. I've canceled your picnic, rebooked your dinner reservation to an indoor restaurant, ordered you a taxi, and told your mother you won't be making it to her garden party. I also detected a note of sadness in your voice, so I've queued up the entire series of the Great British Bake Off and ordered you that third pint of ice cream.
I knew the ice cream would come back to haunt me. The agent sees all, the agent knows all. The agent is, frankly, terrifying. And it's going to be everywhere. Smart speakers, cars, and wearable AI devices.
Ah, yes, the hardware section. This is where the schadenfreude kicks in. Let's talk about the glorious failures of 2025. Remember the human AI pen?
The $240 million lapel pin that got hotter than the sun and was about as useless as a chocolate teapot? The one that HP bought for parts, like a vulture picking over a carcass? I remember.
And its little friend, the Rabbit R1, the failed toy that sold 130,000 units before everyone realized it was basically a glorified walkie-talkie to an app on your phone.
It's the tech equivalent of those Novality singing fish you hang on the wall. It's funny for 5 minutes, and then it's just sad plastic junk. Meanwhile, Meta's Ray-Ban glasses are quietly winning because they look like glasses. They didn't try to reinvent the face.
Exactly. The lesson is, don't try to replace the phone. Just make the things we already wear smarter. People want Inspector Gadget, not a whole new awkward cyborg body part.
Now we get to my favorite part, the philosophy of note-taking apps. The report frames Notion, Evernote, and Obsidian as a philosophical dispute.
Snickering. A philosophical dispute is a software category, not the Peloponnesian War. But okay, let's play. Notion is the all-in-one workspace. It's that overachieving student who's president of every club, gets straight A's, and somehow has time to have a perfectly curated Instagram. It's intimidating.
And it's worth $20 billion. Evernote is the digital filing cabinet. It's the old guard, the boomer of note apps. It was cool in 2012, now it's kind of clunky and keeps trying to sell you a business plan you don't need, like your uncle who discovered multi-level marketing.
And then there's Obsidian. Local first, personal knowledge graph. This is the quiet goth kid who writes everything in a coded journal and listens to The Cure. They're all about privacy and bi-directional linking, and they don't trust the cloud. They're probably a cybersecurity expert or a conspiracy theorist, or both.
I feel seen and attacked. Okay, but the real killer app is interoperability. The dream is that your Notion note talks to your Google Calendar, which talks to your email. The Agent AI Foundation is working on a model context protocol.
Stop. You're just saying words now. Model Context Protocol sounds like they would say in Star Trek right before the warp core breaches. Captain, the MCP is failing. We're losing containment on the Synergy.
It's just a universal translator for AIs, so your Obsidian goth kid can finally talk to the Notion prep without a major social incident.
And then we get to the final boss of this report, AI hallucinations. The fact that AI just makes stuff up. The report states there's still a 1 to 3% error rate.
Which sounds low until your AI legal assistant hallucinates a fake legal precedent and you get disbarred, or your AI doctor scribes you have 6 fingers on your left hand.
It's the Achilles heel of this whole $2.6 trillion fantasy. We're building the most powerful information engine in human history, and it has a built-in feature that makes it lie with incredible confidence. It's like having a GPS that 3% of the time confidently tells you to drive into a lake.
So, after all that, I have to ask, what's your poison? Where does your digital soul reside? Are you a Notion bro?
Absolutely not. Notion is a trap. It promises you a perfectly organized life, but you spend more time organizing the organizer than actually doing the work. It's digital procrastination masquerading as productivity.
Oh, spicy. So you're an Evernote traditionalist then, still clipping web articles from 2014?
Don't insult me. I left Evernote when they started charging for things that used to be free and redesigned the app into an unusable mess. No, I am, as you so derisively put it, the quiet goth kid. I'm Team Obsidian.
I knew it. I knew you had a secret graph view of your entire life hidden away on a local drive, encrypted 3 times. You probably have a note titled Enemies List with bidirectional links to your vengeance schemes folder.